Hey guys, it's Lala and you're watching Lala Tarot. We are back today to do a flip through of the decks that impressed in 2025. Okay, so I have 5 decks today that I want to show you guys, as well as an honorable mention that I'm really excited about as well. So let's get into this video. Let's get in. Before we get started, I want to let you know, guys, I thank you so much for watching and supporting Lala Tarot. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. If you are not a member, make sure you get in, girl, because you don't want to miss the things that I have in store. I thank you guys for supporting me and just sticking with me. You know, your girl be busy. I got a whole nother hat, 2, 3, 4 hats that I wear outside of YouTube. So I'm definitely a busy one, and I really do appreciate your support. Today we're looking at the Alchemist Oracle. We're also going to be looking at the Seasons of the Witch Ostera Oracle. Very beautiful. We'll be taking a look at the Wild Whispers Oracle. And I have for you the First Aid for Broken Hearts Tarot and a Kitchen Witches Culinary Oracle deck. So all of these will be in the video today, as well as, like I said, an honorable mention, but you're going to want to stick around to the end to see that part. You don't want to miss that as well. So all right, guys, let's go ahead and let's dig in. All right, guys, so the first deck we're going to look at today is the Alchemist Oracle. Very beautiful. It's by Zoe Sadler, and it's published by Blue Angel. It comes in this really sturdy and beautiful 2-piece box with a thumb cut out, and the inside of the box is just beautiful. When I opened it, I was like, oh my God, I love it. So itchy. So that is what the inside of the box looks like. It's very wonderful. And this deck just really impressed me this year. It has beautiful backs, as you guys can see. Look at those backs. I can get lost in these backs. And the size of the cards are really nice. They're a little bit smaller than the regular Blue Angel Oracle cards, which are a little wider, I guess you could say. These are a little narrower, so they're much easier to shuffle, and they're full of elixirs and potions, and I just love that. I got lost in this deck. So yeah, let's just check out a few of these cards and let me know what you guys think. So I am someone who just loves the potion bottles, and you know, I think when the fall time rolls around, this is going to be really great for like that shadow work and those darker seasons. So I love this. The only thing that I'll say about the cards is that the titles, you know, are redundant because they're on the potion bottle and they're at the bottom. And so I really don't think that we need both. I think we could have probably put like a keyword or something there, you know. I think like this one, for instance, it has insight and night owl potion. So it has a keyword, and I think that that would have been great to see on all of the cards. But yeah, this is a wonderful deck, and I love it. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more work with it, especially, like I said, during those shadow seasons, those darker seasons. So, okay, so let's look at the deck that I decided to pair up with this one, and that is going to be the Macabre Tarot. Okay, I decided to pair this up just to kind of see how it looks. And so let's take a peek. Now, you know, this deck is an old tried but true deck, and it's really lovely. It's kind of spooky. So I like that. I like that. Let's take a look. Let's put this over here, and let's put this here. And let's just take a look and see how the cards kind of look together. I love the black and white and how it how that matches. You know, both decks have the black and the white in it. So yeah, let's just take a quick peek and see. I really like that. 6 of Swords, the Lightning Bolt, and the 5 of Crystals. the 5, the 7 of Swords, Liquid Moonlight, and the 8 of Bones. And see, this is what I mean when I say it would have been just perfect to have that keyword there, because you don't know what Liquid Moonlight is. So having a keyword on the card would have just made it so much easier to use without the guidebook. It does come with a guidebook though, a really nice guidebook, in fact, which we could take a little peek at really quickly. Let me see. Yeah, so here's the guidebook that it comes with, and it's really thick, to be honest with you. It's really pretty. It's very detailed. It has spreads in there, lots of information in there. You're going to get full pictures, affirmations, and lots of information in the book. So I definitely think it's worth the money for this deck. And I think you can get this from Llewellyn, and they're having a 35% off sale at the time this video is coming out. So if you're interested in the Alchemist Oracle, I certainly recommend it. I think it's beautiful. Again, I've just been pairing it up with the Macabre Tarot, but I can think of so many more decks that this would fit well with. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, you know, in the comments below. But yeah, this is the Alchemist Oracle by Zoe Sattler. Very, very beautiful deck. The next deck that we're going to get into is the Seasons of the Witch Ostera Oracle. This is, I think, completes the 8th. I think this is the 8th deck that completes the whole set for the Wheel of the Year. I could be wrong, but I think it's the 8th, and I have all of them. This is by Lori-Ann Anderson and Juliet Diaz, illustrated by Tawana Lukovic. And it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful. It has that holographic images and foliage on the outside of the box. It's really, really pretty. 44 cards and a guidebook. Thumb cut out. It's really wonderful, wonderful. Inside of the box looks like this. Like, you know, pretty simple, pretty basic, but it has the moon there, and it's good enough for me. I really like this. So this is one that just really impressed me this year. I love the peach color. I love the holographic gilding on the side, and I'm looking forward to, I just keep saying that, I'm looking forward to working with all of the decks that I'm showing in this video. But I love the colors. That's one of the things that really like draws me to this deck a lot, is those really bold colors. And it does kind of have a shadow aspect to me a little bit, so I would have to do more reading in terms of what time of the year is Ostera and, you know, what the dates are. But for me, this does feel a little bit more like coming out of winter, going toward the spring, which I believe that's what Ostera, the time of the year it falls in. But yeah, it feels like that. Like you're going towards spring, flowers are blooming, but still a little bit shadowy there. And it's just so cute. Hot cross buns. This is not a warning, but a caution for what lingers. And you know what? I really like the fact that in the newer decks, the keywords and titles, they're so much easier to understand. The first deck, to me, the Samhain deck, it was a little difficult to understand without the guidebook. So they have really simplified the words in the, you know, the cards. So I really love that. You can, you know, use these without a guidebook if you want. But look at how pretty that is. Yeah, so this is around Easter time. So I believe this would be like the perfect time of year for this deck. And it's just so pretty. It makes me happy. So let me show you guys what I've been pairing up with this, and then we'll kind of talk about that and go from here. But yeah, beautiful deck. And I've been using it, honestly, with this little knockoff deck that's been going around. It's called the Wings of Empowerment. And this has been going around a lot. I've seen it. It's by Empath Soul. Actually, I have a lot of Empath Soul's decks. And maybe I'll do a video just to show you guys those. But I really like this deck a lot, especially with my Seasons of the Witch oracles. I did edge mine in black just to kind of make, you know, make it a little nicer. But yeah, let's take a look at these two together. And gonna go from there. But yeah, check out the color scheme here, you know, in these two, and let me know what you think. But I do like this. I do, right? Does it give you kind of like that forest vibe a little bit? Let me know. I find it a little difficult, honestly, to find the right decks to go with my Seasons of the Witch. Specifically, I've been looking for a tarot in my collection that works perfect with it, and I just haven't found that perfect tarot. So I'm actually really happy and excited that they are coming out with a Seasons of the Witch tarot this year. If you have not pre-ordered that, make sure you do, because you're going to want to have your perfect tarot with all 8 of your oracles. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. But let me know what you guys think. I like this pair. This pair makes me happy. And I don't know, something about it just, it feels like it flows in the colors of it all. It feels like it flows. So let me know what you think. And again, that was the Wings of Enchantment Oracle paired up with our Seasons of the Witch Austera Oracle. And that's just a beautiful baby that really impressed me this year so far. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Another deck that really impressed me this year in 2025 is the Wild Whispers Oracle by Nat Gersberger, and it says it's messages from the desert. Okay, and what I really love about this is I do have the Radiant Wilds tarot, and I've just been kind of hanging on to it all this time, and so to finally have an oracle that's just a perfect oracle to go with it, I absolutely was elated. It comes in this 2-piece thumb cutout box published by Rockpool. Very beautiful, 44 cards as well as a guidebook. And I don't have too many decks that have this color scheme with the orange and browns and a little bit of yellows, and I don't really have too many decks like that. So this was very you know, it was great. I was really excited to have that. And so take a look at the cards and how beautiful they are. They do come edged in gold edging, and it's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Let's take a look at a few of these and go from there. But look how out of the box these are. Do you have any decks that you think will go perfect with this? Because if so, let me know. Yeah, I love this. I love using it with my Earth Woman tarot deck and some other decks that I have as well. Yeah, it feels like it's very abstract, and it makes you think a little bit more. And I like decks like that that make me kind of like think through the image a little bit more. And it's different. It's very different. So yeah, let me know what you would pair with this. Authenticity. I like how simple the cards are too. You know, they're busy, but they're not too busy. And they just put a keyword down at the bottom, and I don't know, something about it feels simple, but yet not simple. I don't know how to describe it, you know. But yeah, look how beautiful that is. I love that. And it's an Aquarius thing, maybe. I don't know. But it's definitely intriguing to me. So let's take a look at the Radiant Wilds Tarot and just look at them two together, because some of you probably have the Radiant Wilds in your collection still. So here's the box, nice big chunky box. And I've always really liked these cards. I just never really had a place for them until the Oracle came out. But I've always really liked the cards and held on to them because of that reason. And these are gorgeous. Look at the backs. So let's take a look at both backs. Okay, I like that. That's really nice. And also has gold gilding on the side as well. So let's take a look at them together. Okay. All right, so we have the Empress, Intuition, and the Queen of Wands. The King of Swords, Balance, and the Hanged One. And I really like that because that could be, you know, coming up, you know, with a decision as the King of Swords, right? And needing to make sure that you're balanced emotionally and mentally, right? In your head and heart space. And the Hanged One could be just taking that temporary pause to think about things and kind of see things from all perspectives. So I feel like these are super easy to read all together. Very easy. Okay, you have the King of Cups, effort and death. I think that speaks to speaks for itself. You know, someone who might have been, you know, really emotional, had a lot of love in their heart, and now there's no effort being made anymore, or perhaps there was an ending and now this person wants to make more effort, you know, into the relationship. You have the Seven of Swords, Expression, and the Lovers. I just love the colors. Like for me, this is giving me summer energy. And yeah, it's giving me that summer energy and I love it. Seven of Pentacles, Resilience, and the Ace of Swords. And let's do one more. The Star, Simplicity, and Temperance. Very pretty. I love that. And you know what's so funny, guys? I have to say this before we go to the next deck. I don't know why, but that Rihanna video, Rude Boy, is coming to mind when I look at these cards. Like, I can see the whole video and the clothes that they were wearing and him dancing. It's like, come on, Rude Boy, would you give it up? Tell me you guys are not seeing the Rude Boy video from these cards. I don't know. Let me know below. All right, guys, that is the Wild Whispers Oracle. Very beautiful. And we took a look at that with the Radiant Wilds Tarot, all by the same author. Very beautiful, very, very wonderful. Let me know what you guys think below. The fourth deck that I want to mention is the First Aid for Broken Hearts Tarot. This is published by Sacred Scribe Publishing Company, written and illustrated by Nonera. This is a very, very beautiful, beautiful deck with lovely energy to it. This deck really impressed me and I fell in love with it. It does come with a guidebook that you see there and the extra card that is at the bottom of my box, but here's the inside of the box there. Very pretty. And these are the backs of the cards and what it looks like. And like I said, it does come with a kind of short and sweet guidebook, not too thick, but you do get some information in there and it's written beautifully. I really love that. And so let me show you guys these cards because it really impressed me and the energy of the deck is just so beautiful. It feels like a friend, but a sad friend though. But look how pretty that is. And if you guys can see those shimmers, it is absolutely beautiful. And it's very nice cardstock, very thick. And this is a tarot, but it's kind of like an oracle size card. So let's take a look at some of these. Let me hold it up so you guys can see it well. And I love the fact that it has a little phrase at the bottom to give you more information. It's wonderful. Beautiful, right? Something about this is a little bit simple as well. But this deck has beautiful energy. And I think it's good for if you're going through a difficult time and grief itself, right? And just needing a friend, you know, needing a friend or needing someone to talk to. I think this deck is really lovely. And I don't know, it brings out emotions. It does. It brings out emotions, right? Some of my decks are like fun and playful. And then I have some like this one that kind of brings out those different emotions. And you know what's weird? As I'm flipping through this deck, there's another deck that's calling for me to bring it out. So we're going to do that. I had something totally different in mind in terms of what I was going to pair with it. I had something totally different in mind, but there's a specific deck that is asking for me to bring it out. So let's do that now. It's actually very close by. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. So the Into the Lonely Woods was the deck that was calling for me to bring it out. So I had to go and get the baby. Let's take a look at this one with it. And like I said, I had something totally different planned for my pair. But as my decks call, I answer, and that's how I decide what to use. Because they all have a certain energy. But this is the Into the Lonely Woods Oracle. Very beautiful. I did edge mine in this darker green color, if you can kind of see that a little bit. It's kind of forest green. But so let's take a look at these two, I guess, together and see how it looks, because it asks to come out. So here you are. And, you know, maybe it is supposed to go together, because, you know, the Into the Lonely Woods has a lot to say about, you know, being in that lonely space and those darker times. So maybe these two would work great together. You know, it says the sadness of letting go, the Five of Pentacles, the door is always open in the isolation to see what is beyond, and your little island. So yeah, I can see myself using these together. Definitely. Hope is like a hummingbird, the lovers, and a time to rest a while. I love the colors. I think that goes together pretty well. When all seems ended, the Ten of Wands, release excessive responsibilities, reunite with what truly matters, and ebbs and flows. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, this is giving me a lot of healing energy for those deeper, darker spaces that we can find ourselves in sometimes. And it seems like this pair would be really healing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these. And like I said, this deck just made its way into the video today, because I absolutely was not planning on pairing it up with this. But you know, shout out to Into the Lonely Woods for coming through and making its appearance today. So again, this is the first aid for Broken Hearts Tarot. You know, let me know what you guys think, but this one really impressed me this year. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it as well. The fifth deck that blew me away this year in 2025 is A Kitchen Witches Culinary Oracle deck by Dawn Aurora Hunt. I love this deck, guys. It gave me all the witchy kitchen stuff that I needed. I really fell in love with this one so much. It's so cute. It goes for $24.95 in the US and $33.50 in Canada. You get 50 cards here. You guys can pause and read it if you want to. But it's by Rizzoli International Publications, so that's different for me. It does come in this little flip box here. You guys can see I've taken the cards out just for this video. But yeah, so it comes in this little flip box. I just wish it stuck closed. I wish it stayed closed or had something to stick here to keep it closed. That's my only, you know, gripe there. But it's a beautiful deck. It comes with a few extra cards that I want to go through, and obviously you get the little, you know, title card and about the author and the artist. Important notes. It says don't skip this. Goes into some gluten and vegetarian information. You got an introduction there, how to use the deck, and then it goes into some spreads. 1 card, 3 card, and 5 cards. So yeah, you get some extra cards there on the side for when you first open up your box. And then here are the really beautiful backings. Look at how cute, right? Oh, love, 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 love the purple too. And I love this deck. I think it's so cute and fun to work with. It goes into different, you know, meals you can make with the item. It goes into a message for it. So it's kind of like, just like an oracle. And yeah, I think it's really cute. Bacon, sausages, pulled pork sandwiches. And then it goes into some messages about pork, and the keyword is here too, which is so helpful. Time to bring home the bacon. So it's kind of cute, it's funny, you know, I love it. Working with eggs, it tells you different ways you can use eggs, and then it goes into the message. Your endeavors are about to reap rewards, and the keyword here is fertility. So everything you need is right here on the card. And again, it has wonderful and beautiful backings. You can get lost in those. And yeah, so many different types of foods. And I do have a place for that in my collection. I do have food decks, you know, so this is great. This is really great. And I love it. It's so colorful. It's quality cardstock, very nice cardstock as well. Cakes and sweets. Look how cute, right? So yeah, this one is one that caught me by surprise. I'm so happy I gave it a try. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so let me show you guys what I've been pairing up with it. I don't know, I'm still working to see exactly where I want to put it, but for now I want to try out the Green Witches Oracle deck, because this is another one that's kind of in that same witchy culinary herbiary sort of, you know, realm. And so I want to try to see if these will look okay together. Here are the backs of the oracle. I did edge mine in this minty green here just for some color, and let's just take a look and see if these would look okay together. And excuse me for being all over the place here. I think I got it. Okay, so let's just take a look. What do you guys think about these two together? We got mushroom, talks about recycling, breaking down problems. Tomatoes, giving and receiving love. And lavender, tranquility, kindness, and self-care. That kind of feels like, you know, resolving issues, giving and receiving love, right? Getting back to that loving state and that state of calmness and tranquility. So I like the message. Here we have T, intuition, creation, opportunity, caring, and birds, freedom, more opportunity came out twice. I could probably see myself using these together. Yeah, just because of all of the kitchen witchery. It has the same vibe. So I can kind of see that here. Tell me what you guys think. Snow, rest, contemplation. Peppermint, soothing. And butterfly, transformation, joy, beauty. I like that. It's like going through this rest period. I'm getting like hibernation, you know, and really taking care of yourself with peppermint. Maybe getting some tea and just resting. I'm even getting like resting your throat and your voice, your throat chakra. And then butterfly, coming out feeling like renewed and refreshed and transformed. So I like that. Yeah, this could work, right? To me, I think this can work. Let's do one more. Honey, sweetness and happiness. Autumn, bounty and balance. And winter, an ending, recharging and reflection. Wonderful. All right, guys, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This one caught me by surprise in 2025, and I'm here for it. This is the Kitchen Witches Culinary Oracle deck, and very beautiful presentation. But again, let me know what you guys think. Now, I do want to do an honorary mention of this deck that I got from my girl Taylor Ashley Beard. This was originally a Kickstarter deck. However, it did not make its funding goal. However, your girl Taylor went ahead and still got the deck out, and so much respect to her for that. I was able to pick a copy up, and it's a really nice deck. I really like this. It's out of the box. It's 32 cards, illustrated by Manny Gimmelin. I may be saying that wrong. I'm sorry, but very modern and If you guys want to pause this, you can read it. But yeah, it was really nice, super affordable, excellent customer service, wonderful experience, and it shipped out so quickly. So I was able to snag this copy, and I'm so happy. You guys can definitely go over to visit her store. As a matter of fact, she has, let me open this box up so I can show you guys her website. This is her information, Healing Vibrations Tarot and Spiritual Shop. If you guys want to go ahead and visit, she's offering a bunch of stuff there that you can get into. So yeah, if you want to pick up you a copy, reach out. But let's get into it. It's 32 cards, super cute, and I really love it. I'm really happy she was able to get her vision out, and it's really pretty. So yeah, this for me would be like a love and people relationship sort of deck. And I just love the colors. I love how you can read them intuitively. Right? So cute. Like if you going out to the spa, getting your nails done, you know, this is really cute. Pregnant. Look at the nails. Oh my gosh, so cute. And the way they're dressed, you know, like, come on. Yeah, this just feels like, you know, it feels personal. It feels like this, like you can see yourself in the people here. So I really love that. Look at the nails and the jewelry. Oh my gosh, the tattoos. So cute. The nose ring. Yeah, I mean, artistically, this is beautiful. Really nice, and I love it. I do wish it had a guidebook. I do. I like to read on a little bit more sometimes, and so I think that would be nice. You know, that would have been really nice. But yeah, can you see yourself using this? Can you see this applying to your daily life? You know, let me know below. I know I sure can. I could see this applying to certain circumstances, you know, staying together for the kids. Like how many people can relate to that? So let's pull us a, oh, well, let me show you guys the deck I'm pairing it up with, actually. That is going to be the Wild Muse Oracle. Huge box. I can barely get it into the camera, but it's so beautiful. I love this deck so much. And so I figured that I want to pair it up with my Gen Z Oracle and just, you know, see how it works together, because I think it has similar energy. So let's see. Okay, you guys, let me know what you think. Moving, take action. Okay, wow, the ship has sailed in murky waters. So somebody got to move out. You got to go, baby. We got wine, emotional baggage, and no strings attached. Okay, somebody don't want no strings attached. You know, they just want to kind of keep it cool, take your emotional baggage, drink it off, put it somewhere else, but somebody they ain't trying to deal with it. Let me stop. Okay. Know your worth, wine and dine, and healthy boundaries. So, you know, if somebody wants to date you, honey, they have to court you. Yes, they do. They have to take you out on dates because you're worthy of that. And you have to set healthy boundaries with people. If you want my time, this is how you're going to get it. You can take me out. I'm not giving my time away to you for nothing. Thank you. So, yeah, I like this deck. I like how it's talking. They're talking together, you know. I love that. So, let's do something fun before we wrap up this video. And let's just pull a card from each of these decks and see what we get, and if I can get anything intuitive from it. Intuitive hits. Because again, you know, I do like reading from the guidebook sometimes, but in certain situations where you're doing, you know, readings for others, you know, that's not always something that's going to be feasible. So let's go ahead and pull and see what we get from this deck. So pretty. I really love it. Let's see what I get from this deck. I just want one card, please. Just one. Thank you. And you got brunch with the girls. Bottom of the deck, you got flex. You got your tax return, girl. Did you get your tax money? No, just are you flexing and taking the girls out? But yeah, so hanging out with your friends, it says, but first coffee. So maybe having just, you know, some breakfast, lunch, so cute, catching up with, you know, with your girlfriends and spilling some tea. Let's see if I can get another card from this deck to tell me more. Let's see what we can get. Now this has very thick cardstock. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was gonna say I could barely get one out, but here we go. And we got murky waters. So we saw this card earlier. So just reading like intuitively, you know, maybe you are, you know, getting together with your friends, having some brunch, talking about things that you're going through. It seems like there's something up. There's something below the surface. You know, maybe the future of a connection, whether it's your friendship or just any personal relationship, is a little murky. It's a little unclear where it's going. And so maybe you just want to talk it out, you know, with a few of your friends, or at least that's the suggestion here. Get together with your friends and talk about it. Now, I am seeing this shark here in the background. So somebody's a little sneaky. Somebody's a little sneaky. So just make sure you watch who you share your business with as well. I'm also getting that. If you're going out with your friends, don't be spilling too much tea, baby, because somebody could be a little sneaky behind your back. So keep some of your business to yourself. Is also what I'm getting, just intuitive quick hits. You know, I could probably go deeper in more time, but for now I think that is what I'm getting, you know, from this. So let me know, guys. That was the Gen Z Oracle. I paired that up with my Wild Muse Oracle. Very cute, very wonderful. And that's just like, you know, an honorable mention for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy all 5 videos plus my honorable mention. And I thank you for watching Lala Tarot, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.